Okay. I don't know where my share screen button is. That's where I don't see it. Very strange.
I
Scroll,
see you sitting
move
on
your
books.
mouse towards the bottom and it'll make the
That's what it normally does, but it's not. Unless it's on another page. Let me see. Like I said, I have a whole different screen for you guys this time, and everything is now on the bottom of it.
we'll turn the monitor upside down, then maybe it'll fall down.
I hope
Yeah.
so.
I can read
Okay.
your quote if you want.
Yeah, there you go.
I
Yes.
have it here. It says, "The inventory is ridiculously low, unprecedented," said Missy Ayamello, office manager for Weicker Realtors corporate sales office in Morris Plains, which has 120 real estate agents, doing business in Morris, Sussex, Warren, Bergen, and Essex counties. And then you're also quoted, a lot more buyers have equity in their homes during this surge in the market, unlike back in
Excuse me.
2006, said Ayamello. They're financially comfortable where they are because of the activity and the rising prices. It's a great time to sell, but where would they go? So it's describing the housing shortage on the inventory, and the housing stock is cut in half from 2020, and the average price rises to 504K. So it's really having a big effect.
Yeah, huge effect, as you guys know.
And single family homes are selling for 100.2% of the listing price, up from 97.3% in January of 2020. Single family homes are on the market for just 44 days on average, down from 72 last year. Pending and closed sales on single family homes in January are both up by 14% and 17% compared to the same time last year. Wow. Yep. You're on mute.
Because I was trying to call Stephanie to help me with my screen since it's a new screen.
Okay.
And I didn't want to disrupt you. So thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
Okay.
We will get started in a second, as soon as Stephanie finds out what happened. There's no share screen thing on the bottom.
Well, it says throughout the state, there were
Mhm.
only 23,011 single
This is my
family
new screen.
homes. Wow. That's a huge difference.
Oh, God, there we are. Okay, thank you. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Thank you, Christine, for sharing that, for having it available. And yes, everybody's feeling this low inventory market. So we're going to talk a little bit today about how we're going to overcome that. So going to quit anything, quit making excuses, and quit waiting for the right time, right? We're always pushing things. It's never the right time. So right now, again, we are March 1st. And I always say in real estate years, that's May 1st, right? Because we're always working for 2 months, 3 months down the road. We're always building our pipeline for the future. What we do today doesn't affect us tomorrow. It affects us down the road, right? So don't make excuses. Move forward at double speed this year, because, you know, it is a challenging market. We're all seeing that. But that doesn't mean that we can't adapt to it and we can't be successful in this market as well, right? We just have to change with the way we're doing things. That's all we have to do. So I've been giving a New Year's resolution for our office each month to encourage each of you to implement one new action each month and keep it simple, right? We have to keep it simple. Let me move this over. So March activity is a commitment from each of you to add one contact into your CRM and to a campaign a day. 5 days a week to make it part of your daily routine. This is all Real Estate 101. So make sure you're doing the activities each day. If you're not taking action, you're not going to move forward in this business. So action breeds results, and we need to take action daily, okay? Especially in a market like we're in today. So one of the things that you've seen a lot of this week is the 7 weeks to success. I would compare this to like a sweat hogs, right? Not as aggressive, but same thing. You have to commit to it. There's going to be activities you have to do each week. you have to bring those activities back to the class and be held accountable for them. So registration is limited. They did a pilot program in the end of the year, and it filled up like so quickly. I could get one person in. That was all I was able to do. So if you are interested, I've had 4 people in our office registered as of now. You have to get me the commitment paper by this morning, and that's on the Weikert University. So this is designed for sales associates who are committed to increasing their production by improving their prospecting and sales skills in only 7 weeks. Each week you will receive invaluable training, inspiration, and recognition from one of our regional vice presidents. We will introduce proven prospecting and personal marketing strategies to win more business in today's market, work with our expert presenters on dialogue and objection handling, participate in breakout rooms to practice and perfect your dialogue, and report your weekly activities, celebrate success, and discuss your challenges. Now, guys, I want you to realize something. Like in other companies and other brokerages, you don't see vice presidents helping the agents succeed, right? It's usually the managers in between the RVPs and their agents. So this is really huge that they're always here on the company-wide call sessions, helping out with dialogue and cheering you on, that they're being part of this 7 Weeks to Success program, right? All of these things are really great. And so you should all be taking advantage of the opportunities that you have, that you're not only getting to hear from your manager with things, but you're getting to hear from the RVPs as well. So really, really huge, and everybody should be taking advantage of opportunities like this. So 7 Week to Success program details: submit your activities for a chance to win $50 gift cards weekly. Each buyer or seller appointment attended is announced and recognized with our custom pin. Space is limited to sales associates who have completed Accelerate, Dual Career Accelerate or Elevate, or if you've done, what was our program called in the past, before when it was live? I can't remember when you first started out, but that program as well. Have completed their 2021 business plan.
Fast track.
Thank you, Fast Track. Yes, Fast Track. Any of those you would be considered that you have completed. That's part of it as well. Your 2021 business plan, believe it or not, we only have like 58% of our office has completed it, and we are at March 1st. We'll participate 100% in sessions and activities. Complete the commitment letter. So you're going to go on to Weikert University. There's a 7 Weeks to Success tab right over the calendar. You hit the commitment agreement. You schedule it and you're going to download the schedule, and then you have an activity tracker that you're going to track what you're doing each week, again, to keep you accountable. What I need, if you're interested, is the commitment letter filled out and signed by you. Send it to me. I'll sign it and I'll send it over to Rachel, and she'll get you in the class. Again, I think this is the last day to register, and if the class fills up, then you have to wait for the next session. So it's from Thursdays from March 4th to April 15th, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. So it's 2 hours a week to commit to your success. I think that's a little bit of time to ask for. So another promotion that's going on right now, in order to help our agents in Weikert with the listing shortage, the inventory shortage, is to get more listings and to find more ways to be productive in this market, right? So we can't just sit around and do the things we did last year or the year before or 5 years ago. We have to change what we're doing and adapt to our new market. And so that's what we're trying to help you do. So March Listing Madness. So Monday, I don't know what's drawing on my screen, but refrain, okay? Because I don't know how to get rid of it. Osama is. Osama, don't touch your computer again. Just leave it the way it is. Mondays is Mailing Mondays. Tuesdays are Technology Tuesdays. Wednesdays are Winning Wednesdays. Thursdays, Throughout Thursdays. Friday, Fantastic Fridays. Saturdays and Sundays are Solicit Saturdays and Sundays, okay? And then it repeats the week after. So, low inventory sales activities. Past clients, are you cultivating the contacts in your database? How frequently do you communicate with previous contacts to drive referral business? You should contact them every quarter. So again, if you were on the call session last night, you heard a story from an agent who's been in the business for a while. She was the listing agent when buyers bought the house. She did not represent them as buyers. She represented the seller. 5 years later, Guess who they called? They called her to relist the house because she markets that area. She stayed in touch. I'm assuming their agent did not, right? So this happens all the time, right? We don't know until we see it come up on the market. And then it's like we were punched in our stomach. So again, we have to be the ones in charge of making calls. Guys, if you make one call a day, that's more than you're doing now. It's going to change your business in the next year. Open houses, invite everyone relevant in your contact list, as well as everyone in your farm. Make it an event, not just a walkthrough. Geographic farms with sustainable neighborhood turnover rate. Expired listings, overpriced, undermarketed, poorly photographed, online seller lead generation, offer free home valuations, take average of 18 months to convert using Facebook ads. FSBOs make me move, and real estate investors who own multiple properties may be seeking to offload some of those properties. So one of the, another person on the call last night, another agent had shared that she had just gotten a FSBO listing appointment for Saturday. And so what she did was she added herself on Zillow for the for sale by owners that were coming on. Okay. And so she gets notifications. So this specific home was reduced. So she got a notification that this for sale by owner reduced her price. She called them right away and got an appointment for Saturday. Again, these are just little things that agents are doing to stay on top of what's going on in the market. So again, we all heard about Jim's low inventory sales activities. Contact every person that we sold the house to since the beginning of time. Ask if they like to sell. Communicate with all the neighbors before the open house to let them know we're going to hold the open house and invite them in. Ask them if they have a house to sell or if they know anyone who is interested in buying or selling. Ask every person who comes to an open house if they have a house to sell. Contact every person after the open house who attended to see if they have a house to sell, and communicate with all the neighbors that we have a new listing. Ask if they would consider selling their home. So the message is the same, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, it's asking people if they have a house to sell. Now, an agent came to me yesterday and said, you know, I want to reach out to my neighbors in my community and ask them, but I'm not comfortable saying, do you want to sell your house? I said, of course. A question that you can ask is, one of the dialogues I sent out the other day is, hey, just wanted to know, do you know what's going on in the market today? Like, are you aware of this low inventory that we're having? And make it a conversation like you would have it with your friend or your family member. You know, just ask them questions about the market, and then you can sort of realize whether there's some, you know, they're ready to move, or they're thinking about moving, or they're thinking about moving next year. You know, you can help them then, but just start to ask them questions. If you're not comfortable saying, do you want to sell your house? There's other ways to do it, and other ways to feel comfortable about finding out what your client wants, or your neighbor, you know, if they're interested in selling in the future. So March listing madness, mailing Mondays is to send out handwritten notes to open house guests from weekend, non-owner occupied properties and investors, sphere of influence, neighbors, neighborhoods with I have a buyer letter, orphan clients that are reassigned to new associates, postcards to Geographic Farm through Weicker Design, just listed or just sold postcards through Weicker Design, and I have a buyer postcard through Weicker Design. So there is I have a buyer postcard already in place on the design center. I know just listed cards probably won't even make it to the neighborhood before the house is under contract at this point. Doesn't mean that you still shouldn't send it to get your name out there, right? It's just about being relevant and reinforcing that what you're doing in the neighborhood. So don't think about it like, oh, they're going to get it afterwards. It doesn't matter. They're just going to see you again and reinforce the business that you're doing there. So Technology Tuesdays, attend MTS listing prospecting training session workshop, create seller landing page, email text campaign to Sphere, email text campaign to open house guests, Instagram, Facebook Live in front of sold sign at house, set up digital farm for email campaign, and attend business building call session 4 to 6 p.m. to follow up on the email and text campaigns and the neighborhood mailings you did through my Weicker, right? So we have the company-wide call session already in place. You just have to pick one of these items that you're going to do each Tuesday for the month of March. Don't just say, I want to do all of them, because you'll never accomplish it all. So pick what you're comfortable with and make a plan to do one each week on that date. Winning Wednesdays, door knocking or door hanging or pop-bys in the neighborhoods. Invite neighbors to open house if you're doing an open house that weekend. Ask if they know how much their house is worth. Ask if they know anyone who wants to sell their house. Share if you have a buyer. Attend the business building call session 6 to 7:30 p.m. And call expired listings, FSBO, Sphere, past open house guests, and Wiker.com leads. Again, we have those private call sessions. Don't forget about them. Everybody has them or should have that tab or that tile in their Wiker tools where you can go on at your own comfort and at your own time frame, and you can make calls to inactive leads in our Wiker.com system. Our Thought Out Thursdays, attend business building call session, 10:30 to 12:30. Call expired listings, FSBO, Sphere, past open house guests, Wiker.com leads. Call neighbors to invite to an open house. Invite to a virtual market update seminar. So great buyer and seller seminar PowerPoints we have available. If you want to put something like that together, I can definitely assist you with that. Invite to virtual senior seminar, big to small house downsizing strategies. Okay, so there's a lot of different things you can do. And, make sure that you reach out to Anthony so that he can be part of that. And if you have a supportive attorney that you work with, right? If you're going to do a seminar, make sure you have your team behind you to answer and assist with the questions and with the seminar that you're going to go through. And then Fantastic Fridays, meet with mortgage advisor to prepare material for open house, personalized card tap app, door knocking in neighborhoods, invite neighbors to open house if they know how much their house is worth. The same thing that we talked about on Wednesdays. Hold a weekday open house and market coming soon or exclusive listings to the office and surrounding Wiker offices before weekend open houses. So hold Saturday and Sunday open house and register all guests through My Wiker. Again, we're asking you to slow down, hold the inventory. We're putting them on and they're going in hours. I don't even think days, they're going in hours. Agents aren't even having opportunity to do an open house. They're actually canceling their open house because the offers they're getting are so high. So we want to slow it down so we're able to get more opportunities like we used to. So that's how we were able to build our pipeline for the future. So don't forget, date the listing for Friday, put it in MLS on Monday. And so hold the open houses Saturday and Sunday, because now you can actively market that house any way you want because you have the GSMLS listing agreement. Okay. And we've talked about this. Some people want to push back on it, but the agents who are taking advantage of it are getting opportunities. So low inventory sales activities, take action. You will get great results. Send us the good news stories and we'll get them posted on the Daily Dose. Just take action. So coming soon criteria. So we are doing a contest where you can win a great prize. So coming soon criteria, take coming soon listing dated on Monday, follow the local MLS requirements on coming soon, install signpost and for sale sign, display the coming soon rider, take professional photography, prepare coming soon template and open house template through Wiker Design Center, schedule first showings at open house for Saturday and Sunday, go door hanging, knocking for first open house, invite neighbors to sneak preview, first hour of open house. So if you're doing it at 12, invite them in from 11 to 12. If you're doing it at 1, invite them in from 12 to 1. I did this consistently when I was active in real estate, and I got a lot of opportunities that way. Neighbors like to come, and this gives you a better opportunity to build a relationship with them than if they're coming in the same time a client is coming in, right? It does. You're going to focus on the client before you focus on the neighbor. So again, it gives you a better opportunity to build relationships with the neighborhood. Post on social media, do open house boost on My Wiker, do mass texts and calls using Call Realty to confirm that they received the door hangers, and go live on MLS Saturday for open house. So the public open house time, 12 to 5, and syndicate to the internet.
Missy, I have a question.
Sure.
So if you do the coming soon, you have to put a coming soon rider. You just can't put the sign without anything?
If you're doing a coming, so that's a great, I'm glad you brought this up, Lonnie, because our coming soon that we're talking about right here is an exclusive, right? It's not the coming soon that you think about in the MLS. And so I'm glad you reminded me to bring that up. The MLS coming soon, right, is a delayed showing. Here, you're getting the listing paperwork signed on for Friday, but the GSMLS rules state that we have to activate that listing within 24 hours of getting that paperwork signed. Because there's a weekend in there and they don't count the weekend, you have until Monday to actually.
No, I understand that, but just in general,
Mhm.
a coming soon that we're doing on the MLS, we can just stick a signpost out there, even
Yes,
though because I don't have, let's say, a coming soon rider, I could still put my
Absolutely.
sign in the day that I have it signed, even though it's not going live for another, let's say, 5 days.
Because it's on the MLS, then yes, you can
Okay.
actively market it. You just can't actively show it.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So yes. But again, great question. So I'm glad because I know there's a lot of confusion between the two. So every qualified coming soon, recommend 2 to 3 sales associates to handle the open house. I know in the last 2 weeks, everybody has been telling me who has done an open house, they've had 50 plus people through. Okay. So you should have at least one other person there with you. Okay. Now, whether you're going to split it with them and you're going to go back and forth signing people in, however you want to work it, just make sure that you are not doing this alone because the state regulations have not changed. You should not be letting more than one group in at a time. Okay. Neighbors sneak preview open house from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. or whatever the hour is before you're doing the open house. Public open house 12 to 5. Sales associates handle the following while groups are in line waiting to preview the home. Fill out the COVID screening questionnaire. Provide water bottles with sales associates' contact information on the label. We have that right in our design center, or I'm sorry, our record tools, right? So that's a resource we have where you can market yourself on the water bottles. You can print out those labels. Provide package of all information on the property. Register the attendees via the open house app done by the sales associate, so it's non-contact. Provide while you wait cards for the home evaluation. So those while you wait cards are something we brought up a while ago that I believe the Westfield office came up with, and they have your QR code on it. So the clients can then scan your QR code and get information on that listing. Okay. So this is a great way to host an open house in this day and age. One person signing people in and making sure they're doing everything they need to do on the outside, and one person taking them through, or 2 people taking them through on the inside. If you want to have 2 different groups and 2 different agents inside, that you can do. Provide while you wait cards and 1 group at a time to previews open house. So every qualified coming soon will receive Weicker Design Center direct mail farming package of $125. So this is something that it's a promotion they're doing for the month of March. So any kind of, if you do a just listed farming card, or if you do a high buyers farming card, for $125, you will get 250 mailings. It equates to about 250 mailings. So it's a discounted price for the month of March. Okay. And then this is the criteria checklist. So I love this checklist because it is in Word doc form. And I know we spoke to people prior, a few agents that came to me last week, and they're like, I need a list. I need a list of things to do. I get confused with what I have to do next. Like, what am I supposed to do? I took the listing now. What am I doing next? Right. So this is a great checklist for you on that. So I think this is great that we have this, and the fact that it's a Word doc, we can modify it for different things. So this is the coming soon checklist, again, meaning exclusive or putting it on the market, 24 hours later, but we can then change it and we can revise it to whatever it is that you guys feel is necessary. So I have this, I'm going to share it with you guys. And this is the checklist that needs to be completed so that you can be entered for a grand prize. So the grand prize is a 3-night at Weicker celebration in Las Vegas. And it's airfare, hotel, and registration for 2 people. So it's for you, and you can bring a guest of your choice. Okay.
What hotel?
Oh, listen, I got somebody's attention. Yay, Dennis. It says Park MGM here. Okay.
Oh, the MGM?
Yep.
I don't know.
And
It was
it's
a Bellagio or something, or
Well, I don't know. They just have a picture of that. I'm not saying. for
Right, if
sure
it was the
that that's-
Bellagio, that's a different story, but the
Yeah, gotcha.
MGMA,
I will duly noted. I will let them know that I will get more opportunities in my office if we have the right hotel or
I
accommodation.
ain't staying at that pyramid.
Yeah,
No,
it's
no,
not
no,
the
no
parking lot
pyramid,
of
no
MGM.
pyramid. Yeah, so it's October 19th to the 21st. So it's in October. So, you still have time to get vaccinated and all that stuff. And again, it's you and a guest of your choice. So isn't that better? So it's going to be one grand prize winner for what we just went through. So not only do you get to grow your business, but you get to then take your significant other or whoever you'd like, you can choose away. And I'm just going to stop share for a minute.
Missy, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Yeah, what if the exclusive is more than just a few days because it's not that ready yet? So for example,
Exclusive can be for a month, it can be for 2 months, it could be for a year.
yeah,
It's whatever you and your client decide on that exclusive should be.
and so the process would be extended. So it's whatever you decide with the client.
Correct. But what this coming soon program is a little different than what you're talking about as an exclusive. It's saying that you're going to put that home on the market within the next few days of you getting that listing agreement signed. Okay. So what you're trying to do is that weekend is you're trying to get as many opportunities as you can as a listing agent, which we were typically used to getting when we got a listing. That was the beauty of being a listing agent is reaping the rewards as far as listings go. But
so we
yes,
can
but-
already
but
do all these things
if-
that was listed.
But
Like,
if it's just going to be an exclusive, it's not going to qualify for what I just told you about. If it's going to be exclusive for a month, because the whole point is to get it on the market, to get some opportunities and get it sold. That's the point of it. But by doing the right, by having a plan in place when you're putting that on and sharing that plan, we do have a new PDF that goes into your listing presentation that shares with you, this is what I'm going to do differently than another agent is going to do. So again, it's all about getting them the highest price in the least amount of time, but still with you as an agent getting some opportunities. So that's what the whole point of that coming soon program or coming soon contest that we're doing, the incentive is to have you just slow it down, hold on to the listing a week longer, get everything in place, and then hit the ground running.
okay, thank you.
Yep. So thank you for letting me share that with you. If anyone who did our Monday sellers generation session, we went over that as well then, but I thought it was good to share with everybody because again, we do need to revise what we're doing every day. We have to change, our markets change, so we have to change. It's just the way it is. And we can easily do that. So because we are resilient, right? We are resilient. We can get through anything, especially as real estate agents. So our February 2021 office recognition. So congratulations for another great month. So yes, we were down 10% on listings for the month of February. We had 24 listings in the month of February, considered to 34 in 2020. But that's 10% down, guys. That's really, really awesome considering that just the inventory is like 38 or 40% down in Morris County in a whole. So our office is still very, very strong when it comes to listing. So even though we're down 10%, it really shouldn't be a negative. It's a true positive. Think about February for a minute. There was 28 days, right? So we had less days in the month. We had snowstorms, over 3 feet of snow. So we had a lot of things against us. We were shut down probably 3 days within that 28 days that we had, right? So we already had a short month, and then 3 of those days I remember working from home, which means I didn't come to the office, which means everybody was shut down, right? So think about that. So we had 25, maybe 25 good days. I would say probably closer to 20, and we still were able to put in 24 listings. So that's awesome. Revenue units are up for the month. So we did 58 revenue units compared to 53 last year. Okay. And again, last year in February, remember, it was a great month. January and February were 2 great months last year. Like we were so optimistic for the year until we were shut down. So a great number. And closed revenue. So that's the closings that you guys have. When all of these deals actually close and you get money in your pocket, we were at 40 this month and 30 last year. So again, our numbers are up considerably. And for the first time that I can remember as being a manager, because that's the only time I ever paid attention to these numbers as far as cash profit, we made a cash profit in January. Usually you don't start seeing a cash profit until April, May, okay? Because of the market slowing down in November and December, right? That rolls over into January. Like I said, we're always a few months behind. And so to have been able to produce a cash profit, and we were number 3 in the company in as far for February. So again, great numbers. And so I want to thank you guys all, because you guys are the ones out there. You guys are the troops, that you're resilient. You keep going, you keep going, you keep going. You know, even if in your mind you're thinking, I can't do this anymore, this is getting too hard. The minute a client calls you, you just put your big girl pants on, you go out and you do what you have to do, or your big boy pants, right? You just constantly grinding. And so I know you're not seeing the results this year as quickly as you would have, but it will come if you stay consistent.
What 2 offices beat us?
Sparta and Morristown. So those are the ones we're always against. Morristown, not Morristown. Morristown is down in like South Jersey somewhere by Cherry Hill.
Burlington County.
Yep. And Sparta is always, you know, he runs a great office there, Andrew, you know, that's all I can say. With 103 or 108 agents, I believe 100 of them are productive, you know? So we got to keep motivated and keep going. So great job, guys. So our top producers for the month of February, we have Jackie Skura, Gloria LaForgia, and Mara Glauberg. I mean, look at these numbers, right? So people felt that it was a slower month. Like I said, we only had about 20 days, good days that we had in February, and we have these great numbers. So Jackie's one of our parking space winners for the month. And so our top 10 for dollar volume, Jackie Skura, Gloria LaForgia, Mara Glauberg, Cheryl Towie, Catherine Adcock, Kim Brechka, Lauren Iaruzio, Vin Dotwani, Dominique Skura, and Osama Tawfik. Congratulations to our top 10 for dollar volume. Great month. Our top 3 for listings, Jackie Skura, Cheryl Towie, and Kimberly Brechka. So Cheryl has the parking space for listings this month. And then our top 3 for sales, Jackie Skura, Lauren Iaruzio, and Mara Glauberg. So Lauren earned her first parking space of her career here. So congratulations, Lauren. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So congratulations to everybody for a really amazing month. So our birthdays for the month, we have Rich Rajan, Carrie Chuck, and Deb Monticello. So happy birthday, guys. Today is Rich's birthday and tomorrow's Rajan's birthday. So remember to reach out to them if you have a chance. And then our anniversaries, Dennis Cassidy hit 3 years. Actually, today is his anniversary. So happy anniversary, Dennis. We hope to get you to the Bellagio in October.
Now
So
at the Venetian.
Huh?
The Venetian.
A Venetian. Okay. Sorry. Let me write that down. I'm already saying the wrong thing. So New Jersey housing market boom. How long will it last? Well, the experts say, even with higher home prices, low interest rates make it a good time to buy. That was my line in this. So I was interviewed the other day and I never got a chance because my computer I wasn't able to get you on to explain how this all started. I'd love to say they reached out to me directly like, oh, Missy, we heard that you are an expert in real estate, but what happened was a reporter called into the front desk on Friday and the person sitting there, Paul, was like, they're asking me questions. I don't think I'm the right person to answer. Would you take it? So I did. I took the call. And then hence, Christine read to you the article that came out of that call the other day. And then on Sunday night, I got an email from a producer for New Jersey Spotlight asking me if I would get on a Zoom call with one of the reporters on Monday. And so that's how that all happened. So I'm going to try playing it for you. I didn't post it yet, again, because of my friend passing away. I didn't think it was appropriate to be passing on this. So it's about 3 minutes long. And hopefully you guys can hear.
Let's start with 2 years ago. There was probably about 75% more homes on the market compared to last year. There was about 50% more homes on the market than there is today.
The housing market in New Jersey is booming. It's what's known as a seller's market.
Fast sales, so not very much time on market, multiple offers on listing prices. There's multiple buyers for every potential listing, which can lead to bidding wars, which the combination of multiple buyers and low times on market means that inventories are low too. And the combination of those forces tends to push up house prices. So we're in boom markets again, like we were in the year 2000.
Morris Davis says the boom is caused by a few things. The combination of millennials reaching the age where they're starting families and looking for homes, and a COVID pandemic. People needing more space as more need to work from home, but still access the city.
Not everywhere is booming. The places that have good single family homes that are within reasonable commuting distances of New York City are truly booming.
And that includes much of New Jersey.
Historically, inventory is low across the country, but in terms of pricing, median price points were way above the national average.
Data from New Jersey Realtors showed that January sales of single-family homes were up nearly 18%, with prices of those homes closing almost 22.5% higher than the year prior. Townhouse and condo sales were up 15%, with their prices rising 7.5%, and adult communities saw a 17% increase, closing nearly 32% higher than last year. Overall, home values in New Jersey rose by 19% to just over $459,000. Is now a good time to buy a home?
It is still a great time to buy a home because even if you're paying a little bit higher, so if you get into a bidding war and you're paying 15, 20, 25, we're seeing up to $75,000 over asking in our area. Because of the rates being so low, you're still saving a lot more.
As for those interest rates,
we have seen a recent uptick from 2.55 to just under 3%. But, over the last 5-6 years, maybe even longer, anything under 3 is still way, way low. And it doesn't really affect a buyer's payment, for that small of an increase. You're looking at about $40 to $50 a month.
But if COVID contributed to this housing boom, could it also cause it to come crashing down?
My own guess, because that was what it is at this point, is that we're in for a prolonged housing boom, maybe a minimum of 5 years, maybe 10-year housing boom.
And even though it's a seller's market, IMLO says this boom continuing bodes well for buyers, even if they bought their homes at the high end of a bidding war.
The homes continuing to appreciate in the next few years. I think that they're going to be really happy, with if they land that home, what their appreciation is going to continue to be.
For NJ Spotlight News, I'm Joanna Gagis.
Okay, who here wants my autograph first? Who? Please. You can all raise your hands at once.
I'll send you my agent so you can sign up.
So that's my 15 minutes of fame right there, people. And it was very exciting and fun to do. It was really, really quick. I thought they were going to prepare me and she was going to make me comfortable. And there was none of that. It was just like, there's too much light in the back. Can you go to a different room? Can you have a different background? It was like really crazy. So anyway, that was a fun, and I'm glad I was able to do that. So our local market absorption rate. Let me just take care of this for a minute. Okay, I just muted you guys all in case you need to unmute yourself. And one of the things, I don't know if you noticed, but the first picture that came up when they were showing houses was Sam and Ryan's new listing in Morris Plains. When they did that Morris Plains search, they just put on a multifamily house. That was the first thing that came up. So I thought that was pretty cool too. So anyway, our market absorption rate, I mean, the number of homes that are active and the number of homes that are going under contract in the past 30 days are basically the same numbers. Look at Denville, 26 active, 25 under contract in the past 30 days. Mars Plains, 6 active, 7 under contract in the past 30 days. Parsippany 2 is down to 49 homes on the market. I mean, that is so crazy, and 37 under contract. So these numbers continue to stay considerably low, and it's just unbelievable. And like you heard the experts say, you know, this boom is going to be about 5 years. That's what Lawrence Yun said, who's the chief economist for NAR. And then you just heard it again. So, you know, we're in this for the long run, so we have to adapt our business for the long run. This isn't something that's just going to blip in our real estate market. This is something, you know, the way that we're going to be moving forward in the next few years. So again, Luton, Morris Township, Randolph, Montville, and Rockaway. Rockaway almost has the same amount of homes active as when under contract. So you know what market we're in. I don't have to explain it to you, but these are great visuals to share with your clients, your buyers and your sellers, just so they have an idea of where we are at. So Stephanie, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Morning, thank you. I'm going to share my screen, Missy, with my slides because yours is a little blurry and there's a box in front of it.
Oh, okay. So you want me to unshare? Is that what you have to do?
I'm good. I was able to switch over.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Does anybody have any success stories that they wanted to share? I know I helped a lot of people the last couple of weeks on getting cold lists downloaded and into my Whitegird, and we're sending out a ton of mass emails scheduled and otherwise. And I think that, you know, everybody's really utilizing that a lot. I just want to see if anybody has any good return on those emails. Does anybody have any stories they wanted to share? Going once, going twice, going.
I had 4 that are unsubscribed, so at least they read it and they want to be unsubscribed to my mail out. So I have to look at it that way. At least they looked at it.
That could be construed as positive. Thanks, Carol.
That's what I'm looking at it as positive.
We're getting, yeah, definitely a positive thing for sure.
And the one person I do know, but I don't know if he knows me, so I'm going to follow up with a phone call anyway.
Okay.
To that person.
Okay. That's awesome.
Well, great. That's great. So yeah, I've been meeting with Nancy and Carol on a weekly basis now, and they're really utilizing the system a lot more. And I think that not only are our meetings really productive and fun, but I think that and understanding that is a huge win for them and for me. I'm really happy with this. I'm glad I'm able to work with them. So just real quickly, I'm not going to go into great detail because this is a refresh, you know, kind of piggybacking on Missy's and the company's kind of initiative to get more sellers, which we need. We're going to go over sellers landing page. I think this is going to be the subject of our next MTS workshop. We're not 100%, and that is going to be next week on the 11th. I don't have the actual topic yet or time. I will send that out when I know more. So yesterday I sent out an email to everybody. I kind of made a mock-up of a seller squeeze page, and I'm going to go over the next couple of slides on the steps to getting to this. So this is the final outcome of what the landing page could look like. I just did it, you know, based on the stuff that you guys have told me about the housing market and things that, you know, Whitegird offers, and the whole thing is customizable, which is cool. So on the next page, I have, so just real quick, a landing page is kind of like an online advertisement. So when you're creating these, just think of it as, you know, what would you say in an email? What would you say in a newspaper advertisement? Kind of the same kind of thing. You know, you want to give the information, not too much information, and you want to keep it on a positive note, and you want to make sure that people want to you know, speak with you and click on it. So how to create a landing page. Obviously you go into—
Your pages aren't moving on my thing. I don't know about everybody else.
I'll do from, how about now? Can you see it now?
No, it still says success with Stephanie.
Huh.
It was working on mine.
Oh, okay, yes, okay, it's
Mine.
working. Yes, sorry.
He was working on mine.
Yeah,
Is this working?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, look, if you can, I'm sorry, Missy's gonna be sending out the slides later, so, and they're included in Missy's slides, so, you know, I apologize.
I think it was
everybody.
just me. I think I was on a different page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So here's the steps in creating a landing page. So obviously you go to my.weichert.com, you log in with your credentials. And on the left-hand side, you'll go to Lead Engine, which is I think the third or fourth choice down. And then you go to the first title, which is landing page. You just click Start Building. So what will happen is a template will open in a new tab. What you'll want to do is there's a few types of landing page, but for our purposes, we want to click address capture. And then what you'll do is it's a drop-down menu, click address capture, and then it's asking you to assign a hashtag. So again, the hashtag is how you want these leads to be classified when they come into your smart CRM. So something that makes sense to you. I've kind of coached people to have it say landing page. This way also you know where it came from. But say you're trying to promote in Morris Plains, you would maybe put landing page Morris Plains or Morris Plains landing page. This way it just reminds you of where this person may have come from. Just good to have. It's an optional thing, but I suggest doing it for sure. So number 6, what you'll do is you'll choose a background. There are a bunch of stock backgrounds kind of there, and they're all pretty good. Again, it's kind of a grayed out image in the back. It looks nice to have something kind of customized in there versus it defaults to a woman's face, which is a nice background also, but there's other choices there. Then what you'll do is don't click save yet. Even though save is the next choice, we're not clicking save until the end. So the seventh step here, the seventh step is to customize each text area. So all of the text areas that's dummy text that's in there, you can type over it. So it's the same as kind of a Word document. You can select it and just type right over it. Again, you come up with the verbiage you want to use to grab the person's attention. You know, why are you in front of them? Are you looking to sell your house? Do you want to get the home valuation of your house? Just speaking to potential sellers. So you might want to plan that out before making this. Number 8, now we click save. So when you're all good, make sure you do it, you check your spelling and all of those things. You'll click save at the top, and then a little screen will come up basically saying, are you sure you want to save? Because you can't change it once you save it. Then you'll click OK. And then this is kind of, again, how the final landing page looks. So again, it's all things that you've already added in. It's kind of a fun thing to do, I think. You can now share it on social media, and right there you can see there's 4 different social media channels that you can automatically save to by clicking them: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. You click any of those and it will open up a window for you to do a post with this landing page. You can also copy the URL, which I have a little arrow here. This is called a URL. It's the website page. You can highlight this whole thing and copy and paste it into a text message. You can paste it into an email if you wanted to do it by email. You actually get a shorter link and use some shorter link moderation websites, which I can help you with too. So it's a kind of a nice little extra thing that you can do for advertising and promoting, getting new sellers. Again, we're downloading all those lists in Cole. It might be something that you can a touch point for one of the days. Does anybody have any questions about that? Again, Missy's going to be sending these slides out later on today.
And always feel free to set time aside with Stephanie. Everybody who does pops their head in my office, or when I'm talking to them on the phone, tells me what a great resource that is.
Thanks. Yeah, go ahead.
I firmly agree. We had a good time. Knowledgeable.
Thank you so much.
If we want her to stay in our office, we had to keep using her.
That's for sure.
Okay.
For sure. I think everybody's utilizing me. I really want you guys to just continue to use the program, even when you're not sitting in front of me. Log in yourself. Listen, you can't break it. It's very, very hard to break it. Sit in front of it, click around. That's how I learned. that's how I learn on a daily basis. I click around, I test things, I send them to my family, I send them to myself, send them to each other, just to see how things work. Just the best way.
Can I add something?
Go ahead.
Yeah, honestly, Stephanie, I really appreciated your help this weekend. You gave me a bunch of different things to do and got me back on. You were really good. Thank you so much. And then you also did help me with like my flyers. I thought that was really nice. She was awesome.
Great.
So take advantage, people.
Thank you. All right, guys. So again, just as a reminder, the next regional MTS workshop is the 11th, which is a week from tomorrow. I haven't sent anything out about it because I don't know the topic yet, or even the time. I know it's going to be on the 11th. I just don't know what all the specifics are yet. But I definitely, when I have it, I will send it out: Facebook, email, text.
Great.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Stephanie. So Anthony, we're moving on to you now.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I didn't know if the screen is going to move over or.
Yeah, I hit it. Did it not move?
No, not yet.
It doesn't say market update?
No, it's just still shows the success with Stephanie on it.
Oh, Stephanie, did you give me back? Okay, let me stop sharing for a minute.
Sharing, it says success with Stephanie on there. But it's your.
Let me start share again.
There we go. So it kind of works from, pre-COVID, obviously, to current. So it kind of just shows you, when I always mention to you guys, like the 10-year treasury, the 10-year bond curve is kind of really what dictates the 30-year interest rate on everything that way. So prior to pre-COVID, last January, obviously, rates were like in the mid threes, give or take. So, and the 10-year treasury was at a 1.88. If you look all the way down into July, the 10-year treasury dropped to 0.55, and then we saw rates go down with that. And then in October, things started coming back a little bit. And towards the end of the year, into the new year, we could see that 10-year treasury treading up back the other way. I mean, we're in the 1.4s right now. And we're past that 2.8. I mean, these slides were done a week ago. And as you could see from my Friday's email, just kind of giving you an update on the current market, rates are, 3 and 3 above right now as far as where we're trending. So, we'll kind of see how that kind of goes based on stimulus money coming out in the economy. But obviously just kind of how the markets kind of ebbed and flowed over the last year and just kind of where those numbers kind of shake out and everything. It's really curious to see how things go from an optimism standpoint. Stimulus money coming in. We're starting to see restaurants. What are we at? 35% capacity right now, I think, in restaurants in New Jersey.
I believe so.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously we're moving in a better direction that way. So hopefully with that sort of stuff happening, we'll see more and more, the retail sales numbers and, restaurant sales and all that stuff kind of goes. So those are all really good things for the economy. So I think as the economy starts to come back, you got to be careful because rates could start to come back with it too as well. It's also a good thing too, right? So, we'll see how things kind of progress that way. You can go to that next slide if you can, Missy, or
yeah.
I'll kind of just talk through it. It's more of a slide. It's just, time to instill a sense of urgency with your buyers and sellers. We obviously know that. That's super important. And then it's just, the next slides talk about, just pre-approvals from us. It's really, really, really important right now. I've spoken to a few buyers just in the last week that were pre-approved with other lenders, and I'm literally just scratching my head with the agents because they're out and about, because the buyers were really, holding them to, I don't want to get pre-approved, or I'm already pre-approved, and they're not even qualified, or they're not qualified for the amount of money of the price that they're seeing for homes. And when I've kind of dug in deeper, I've talked to the buyer, and they're even going, I think a mistake was made. Because I go over the, the qualifications with them. Like, you make X amount, these are your debts. We divide them into each other. Here's a mortgage payment. Here's what it is. Am I missing anything? Did you give any information to another person that no? So now they got to take a step back. People are putting offers on properties. They got to pull off the table because they're not eligible any longer. So, it's really critical to make sure you're controlling your business right now, whether it's a second opinion or not. You get an offer in on a listing, I don't care what the pre-approval is. I would just having them just do a quick once over with me would be awesome. Whether they use me or not, but just more to protect the house for you guys, as it's just really critical right now. Yeah, that's just more of when we call and what we're going over. And I'll kind of roll through the trivia questions since it's not on the slides here. We'll try to do the best we can with it. According to Redfin, what percentage of homes in